Hello everyone and welcome to our series about various frauds and scams happening all around the world. Now, do you think you are immune to fraud? Absolutely not. In reality, anybody can fall victim to it. Frauds come in all shapes and sizes, and I will help you learn how to identify them and report them to the proper authorities. Now, what is a scam? It's a confidence trick or a scheme is an attempt to defraud a person or group after first gaining their confidence, used to the classical sense of the trust. Confidence tricks exploit characteristics of the human psyche such as dishonesty, honesty, vanity, compassion, credulity, irresponsibility, innocence, and greed. Every year, thousands of people lose their money and personal information to scams. You may have received some by email, or an odd accent speaking IRS agent calling you about your unpaid taxes of 2007. Scam artists use different types of fraud to try to trick you of your hard-earned money. Scammers are getting smarter all the time, and I will help you scam-proof your life. This way, you won't be tempted to actually think you inherited $10 million from an uncle you never met in Nigeria. Now, I am your host, Dr. Dan Amzalag, and I am the Scaminator. In today's episode, I will cover the tax scams during government shutdown. Many who know they will receive money back from their taxes of 2018 will be prompt to file their taxes early. So here are how these tax scams come into effect. Pretty ingenious, but easy to decipher and figure out how fake they are. Now, a typical tax scam goes like this. First scenario. Identity thieves file a tax return on your behalf and have the refund deposited into your bank account. The thieves then contact you, often by phone, and posing as the Internal Revenue Service or debt collector for the IRS, demanding you to return the money to the IRS. But following the thief instruction actually sends the money back to them. Now, another version is that after you get that erroneous refund, you get an automated call, allegedly from the IRS, threatening you with criminal fraud charges, an arrest warrant, and blacklisting of your social security number. You don't want that. Now, the caller gives you a case number and a telephone to call the return to the refund. Now, if a different variation of the scams, criminals are using imposter tax preparation sites and phone numbers to steal people's personal information. Here's how this scam works. Now, you go online to find a tax preparation service to prepare and e-file your tax return. But instead of landing on the legitimate site, you misclick to a lookalike site created by scammers. The site looks real, and it's set up to collect personal information that can be used to commit fraud, including identity theft. Now, how to fight these possible scams? First, if you do receive a call from the IRS, do not rely on your caller ID, as they can impersonate that as well. Ask the agent their name, their badge number, which is officially fake as well, and then hang up. Go get the real number from the IRS website and call Consumer Protection and speak to an agent about your case. Chances are that person will not know the name of the agent who originally contacted you, which should already be a red flag. You will then realize that there are no warrants for your arrest and you owe no taxes. Now, the IRS usually reach out to you by mail, not automated phone calls. Also, file your tax return early in the tax season, if you can. Use always a secure internet connection if you file electronically, or mail your tax return directly to the post office. Now, when using an online tax preparation service, look for the tax preparer identification number. The IRS requires all paid tax preparers to have one before filing any tax return on your behalf. To determine if a website is encrypted, look for the HTTPS at the start of the web address. Now, the S stands for secure. Some websites use encryption only on the sign-in page, But if any other part of the session isn't encrypted, your entire account could be vulnerable. Look for HTTPS on every page you visit, not just when you sign in. Also, ask tax preparers about their data security policies and how they can protect your personal information. Also, the most important piece of advice, respond to all mail coming from the IRS as soon as possible. You want to avoid audits. So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Hope this episode gave you a little more insight of the structure and strategies of the described scam and allowed you to have a better understanding on how it can affect you or many other victims out there. Now, we are working on an email plugin, also called the Scaminator, which will work for every email client and will purge all these unwanted messages from your inbox. It will add our special stamp, Scam Alert, beside each email, just in case you do decide to open the purge folder, only if your curiosity takes a hold of you. Now, in the meantime, if you do come across new scams using different techniques to lure you into as the next victim, do not hesitate to contact us by email listed below, explaining their techniques and incentives given to you to get you to respond to their scam and ultimately send your hard-earned money. We will then cover this scam in one of our episodes and share it with our audience and make sure to give you aforementioned credits at the end of the show. Until then, my friends, stay safe, stay wise, and stay scam-free. If you're watching this, you are the resistance. Signing off, the Scaminator.